What's up, family? Welcome to Speak. We got a huge show, sports television made for days like today. Why? Because there's a huge matchup this Sunday. You got the Cowboys, you got the Bills, you got two teams that desperately need a win. You got Dak Prescott and you got Josh Allen. You got two quarterbacks that are vying for the integrity of their season. Think about how close it is between these two quarterbacks since 2018. I'll let you look at the numbers. Think about their pass yards per game, touchdown to interception ratio, completion percentage. When you look at the numbers, it's comparable. But when you really look at the quarterbacks, there might be a little bit of a difference. Heading to the desk because LeSean McCoy, I know you were hot on this topic. Now look, world, every now and then there is a topic that really just gets the debates going in our pre-show meeting, and this was one of them ones.
First of all, happy day to you, man.
Good to see you,
Happy day.
Happy day.
Happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Wow.
So let me ask you the question, because you don't even know where we're going. The viewer does not yet know where. Family, it's going to be a great show. I'm glad you all are here. Buckle up. It's going to be a great show. Far end Super Bowl champ James Jones.
What's going down?
To the right, the brilliant Joy Taylor. And to my right, Eagles all-time rushing leader. He needs no introduction. LeSean, Shady McCoy. Shady, Dak, Josh Allen. The game is going to come down to these two quarterbacks. Is Dak Prescott MVP frontrunner this season by Vegas' odds? Is he on Josh Allen's level? Let's get to it.
I think Dak is having a phenomenal, great year this year. He is. He's playing lights out, playing different than he normally plays. But to say that he's on Josh Allen level, that's wild. Like, what are we really talking about here? Seriously, though, when you think of the top quarterbacks in this league, you're going to put Patrick Mahomes in his own little area, way up there. You're going to probably have Joe Burrow in there. And then the next person is going to be who? Yeah, I'm talking to y'all. Josh Allen. If I ask you right now, if you had to take one quarterback right now, right, you would take Josh Allen over Dak Prescott. And there's no shade against Dak Prescott, but come on. Josh Allen can do everything. So he can score touchdowns himself, run through you, run around you. He runs better. He throws the ball better. Big cannon. Like, this is Josh Allen. Since he's got into the league, let's take these notes out. I hate doing the notes, but let's talk about it.
You talking numbers?
I'm talking numbers. Not only did he got in the league, when he got his number one wide receiver, right? Because Dak has had a number one receiver since he's been in the league. A couple of dudes, right? So when he gave him Stephon Diggs, there's only one guy that has more wins than him. So only one guy that has more yards than him. That's Patrick Mahomes. He leads the league in turnovers, like you talked about, right? Since he's been in the league. But he also leads the league in touchdowns. This is Josh Allen we're talking about. This is why any quarterback that has this many turnovers, we even talk about him as a top-tier quarterback because he's so talented. He's so good. If you put Josh Allen on any other team, any team, he's going to find a way to be productive and win games. I can't say the same for Dak. If I could just drop Dak Prescott to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, drop him with the Raiders. There's players there, but will he still be the same? And I'm not calling him a system quarterback. I'm just saying he's not on that level. Where Josh Allen is that elite. You put him on any team, he going to ball out.
We will get to Dak being a system or game manager later. Cam Newton have some words, and I can't wait to dissect those. But, Joy, is Dak on Josh Allen's level?
In this game, this weekend, this season, Dak is on Josh's level. Dak has been playing the best football of his career. He's always been good, but right now, this year, this moment, this stretch, he's been great. And this is, I think, why the animosity with the Dak conversations always come up. Because as soon as Dak starts doing great, we go, boom, we got to compare him to Mahomes. Boom, we got to compare him to Josh Allen. We got to compare him to Joe Burrow. We got to compare him to Lamar Jackson. Why can't he just exist in his own goodness, in his own greatness? It's always a comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. Allow Dak Prescott to be good and have his moments before we start comparing him to somebody else. But we're doing it today because it's the show, and this is what we're going to do.
No doubt
so I'm going to say right now, he's been playing on Josh Allen's level this year. I would say he's been playing better throughout the year than Josh Allen.
He's playing right now these couple of games.
This moment, this weekend. Well, listen, Shady outlined it. Josh Allen is a talent. He is a specimen. He is special. We have seen that. We know that. We all have eyeballs. We all watch this game. We're not going to argue about that. But Dak Prescott has been playing at an extremely high level, and he deserves his flowers in his moment. And what he's been doing on the field this year has translated to wins.
Can I ask y'all one question before you go? I want you to answer first. What can Dak Prescott do that Josh Allen can't?
What can Dak Prescott do that Josh Allen can't? He's safer with the ball. He's more of a consistent quarterback with the football.
Yeah,
career-wise.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
I appreciate you asking me that question. Listen here. Y'all know how I feel about Dak.
No doubt.
Prescott is the MVP of the National Football League this year if the season ended today, right? But it's only.
There it is.
But it is only 2 owners in the National Football League that if the Buffalo Bills came up to you and said, we'll trade you player for player, it's only 2 owners that I truly believe would say, get on about your business. And that's Cincinnati and that's Kansas City. Any other owner, GM, head coach, Jalen Hurts, we'll trade you. Dak Prescott, we'll trade you. Trevor Lawrence, any other quarterback out there, any coach, GM, owner will say, we'll trade you right now. It's only 2 of them that'll be like, nah, we good. We cool with what we got. And the reason why I say that is Josh Allen.
About time you did that right thing, James.
Josh Allen is a top 3 quarterback in this league. He is an elite quarterback in this league. I truly believe that Josh Allen could go to the worst team in football and they will win some games. That's the type of talent that Josh is. I'm not necessarily ready to say that about Dak Prescott. Is he playing lights out and playing out of his mind? Sure, but I can't say that I would take him over Josh Allen or he's on Josh Allen level with the way Josh Allen.
And I told Parsons, I think Josh, he's playing the Eagles, and I think he threw a pick, and Parsons, Michael Parsons, he hit me up on Twitter, or X, right? And he said, look at this, Shady, basically. And I texted him, I said, bro, the league is thankful that Josh Allen is not your quarterback. If he played for the Cowboys, we would have nightmares in Philadelphia every night. And he knows that.
I agree with the most part of everything y'all are saying. I don't think I don't think Dak Prescott's on Josh Allen's level, but there is a difference. By the numbers, I think he's on Josh Allen's level. By the tape, I don't think he is.
Correct.
And that's where the nuance is, and that's where the discussion is. Now, it's interesting.
Numbers this year or just numbers in general?
I would say numbers this year, but to some degree, I would say in general because of how Dak protects the football. And I like safety with the football. Now, it's interesting because we don't like having these conversations with everybody. Because we can have these conversations with about a lot of people. Where I look at the tape and I'm like, they not that good. But you look at the numbers and it's like, but they like that. So I do think Dak isn't on the level by tape. But by numbers,
no doubt.
Dak is doing what Dak Prescott has to do to put his team in a position to win. Shady, going into this weekend, a gotta-have-it game for both quarterbacks, who do you trust more? Because you know Josh Allen still currently, I believe, leads the NFL in turnovers. Who do you trust more, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen?
Man, I want to take the better quarterback, but Dak Prescott is playing extremely well right now. And I guess I have to say Dak is the way he's playing for his team, the stuff he's doing. He's favored for the MVP, right? And by right, he should be. Him and Tyreek, they should be neck and neck. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I look at the Bills, the way they played the Chiefs. Big win, right? Then you come back home. And I think about if any quarterback can change his team around, if any quarterback can get back into the playoffs running, it's got to be Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, and that's where it stops. So if I had to trust one quarterback, I'm going with Josh. I think he's a better player, better talent, even though Dak is playing better than him right now. And I think this at home, it's going to be super cold. I've been in Buffalo. Around this time, December, it's going to be cold up there. The ground will be hard. And he's going to be ready for that. And the Cowboys, they do great inside, right, when they're in Dallas. So
15 wins straight at home.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Josh.
What do you believe in more? Do you believe in the person who is playing better or the person who is better? Like, what do you subscribe to?
You know what? I believe in the person that is better because if you're playing better, I have running backs that play better than me in moments and times, right? I think early in the season, Dak wasn't playing at this elite level. Then at the week 6, 7, he turned that thing on to being a Patrick Mahomes type of level of play. So I do think that the overall better player matters more because this is who he is. Like if you had to just think of a player, of a Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, if they have up and down year, Mahomes having an up and down year, but you know the real him is a baller. Dak Prescott, he's having a great, phenomenal year. But as we know, I can't say that he's an automatically elite baller because of the year he's having. Because if he goes back next year to being what he used to be, this is a really good quarterback, you wouldn't be surprised, right? But if Josh Allen has back-to-back bad years, if Patrick Mahomes has back-to-back bad years, you'll be like, what the heck is going on? So that's why I like to say the better player for me matters more.
I like that. Very well said. Joy, where do you stand? Who do you trust more on this Sunday here in, 3-4 days?
I'm very torn because I tend to agree with Shady that I trust the better player than I trust someone's in a particular moment. But I do think that Dak has put together enough moments that I'm trusting him this year. Again, whatever happens in the postseason is completely separate to me than what's going on in the regular season. Like, all of this is nice and cute and great. And if you lose in the first round of the playoffs, what was it all for? It was for good banter during the regular season. But right now, Dak is playing at a very high level. He's playing it at MVP level. He's not turning the ball over. And what's kind of scares me about this game is, while it is on the road, and Buffalo is a very hard place to play, as big as that win was against the Chiefs, the Cowboys are scoring 32.4 points per game.
They balling.
They haven't scored less than 23 points in a game since week 7.
Gosh, leash. They're cooking.
They cooking. Now, obviously, they really are. Obviously, that has a lot to do with Dak and how he's distributing the ball and the offense that Mike McCarthy is dialing up and him not turning the ball over. That's just, I'm interested to see, is what I'm trying to say. I'm interested to see what their offense looks like on the road at this point in the season in Buffalo. It is a hard place to play, but they have been putting up really, really big numbers on the offensive side of the ball, and I'm interested to see if Buffalo's offense can go toe-to-toe with them if that's how the game goes.
Yeah, this is tricky for me right here because you are going to Buffalo. You do got to make sure your cleats is right. You do got to make sure.
You've been up there?
Yeah, you do got to make sure you got heat packs on your toes and heat packs in your in your pouch and all that. But I got to go Dak. And I got to go Dak because Dak has been playing at a more consistent level.
True.
Right? The only reason the Buffalo Bills is in this situation is because Josh Allen has been like this on the roller coaster, kind of like we talked yesterday. So last week I said I'd take Josh Allen over against Patty Mahomes. I trust him more because he has his receivers, he has his guys. But this week it's the same because he has his guys. Dak Prescott has CeeDee Lamb. He has Gallup. He has Cook. He has his guys, and Josh has his guys, but on a consistent level. This season, Dak Prescott has clearly been the best quarterback in the National Football League on a consistent level, especially not turning the football over. So on the road, I got to take the hot Dallas Cowboys, and I got to take Dak Prescott because he's clearly just playing more consistent than Josh Allen is playing right now.
What about the fact that Allen's back is against the wall? Josh Allen knows if he loses this game, his playoff hopes, they continue to dissipate. Do you think that Josh Allen, who always steps up in big-time moments, you think he'll step up in
this one's special because Josh got something to prove. MVP got something to prove because he's trying to play well to win MVP, and they know the number 1 seed.
Wait. Who? What did you just say?
I said Josh Allen has something to prove.
I know his name is Dak.
And the MVP candidate right now, Dak Prescott.
crazy?
Yeah, just say his name, though. Like,
I know it sounds crazy, y'all, but that's what it is right now. The MVP front runner right now.
No, they are 3 letters, though, but they're way different, though. MVP, Dak, like, that's...
The MVP front runner, Dak Prescott, right, is trying to play consistent to get that MVP. And number 1, he knows if they lose, Philly's right there for that number 1 seed. So both these teams have something to prove. Really, both their backs is against the wall. It's going to be a good one.
Let me ask you in the table a question, and America, any Cowboy fans out there. If Dak Prescott, maybe this game or next game or even next year, goes back to just being a good quarterback like he's been, would y'all be surprised because the level he's playing at right now? Would you be surprised at all?
No.
See, that's my thing.
I would be surprised if it's under Coach Mike and he goes back to playing average. Because that's what we're saying. Go back to
he's like above average. Like probably like a little above average.
I'm saying it's above average. That's why I said no.
But if he went back to being above average, you'd be surprised or you'd be surprised?
I would be surprised under Mike if he just drops back down to just really a game manager.
Would you be surprised, Joy?
I don't think that he's been average, though. I've always thought that Dak was a franchise quarterback and is capable of being really good. So you're saying like last year?
A little bit above average. Like, his career has been like.
But his career has been.
He had any Pro Bowls, All Pros or anything? Like
no All Pros.
No. Yeah, like he's been like above average.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying if he goes back to that, would you be surprised?
No.
But that's a good player, though.
Yeah.
See,
that's like us saying, are we going to be surprised Josh Allen turning the ball over? Even if he wins, we ain't going to be surprised by that.
I just think with Josh Allen, if Josh goes to being a bad quarterback, right, or not playing well, it's like you'll be surprised.
I think the difference is we've seen extreme highs from Josh Allen. We've seen elite, crazy, top 3
That's who he is.
levels
That's who he is.
From Josh Allen. And we've also seen some lows. And throughout his career, he's been a bit up and down, which can be frustrating for fans. It can be hard to.
I would say more good than bad than Josh Allen.
Yes. But particularly in this year, like it's
this
struggle,
year, yeah.
You know, and part of that has been because he's turned the ball over. I think with Dak, he's very consistent. Like, to me,
This year he has,
to me, not to bring Justin Fields in for a stray, but like, to me, you are what you consistently do. You are what you habitually do. And then your highs and your lows are what we tend to look at because those are more fun. Those are more exciting to discuss drama or to discuss elite levels. So we pay more attention to those rather than what you consistently are.
But I guess my point is like Dak has never had a year like this. Like this?
I would say he has.
He's never been played like the best quarterback in football.
But I would say this.
Okay.
The other quarterbacks that are usually that good just haven't been that good. Like, keep in mind, Dak is, I'll say only. Dak's only on pace for 40 touchdowns, but Mahomes threw 50 just like 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Like when Mahomes won his MVP. Aaron Rodgers threw 48 when Aaron Rodgers won his MVP 3 years ago. Lamar Jackson had 43 total touchdowns when he won his MVP in 2019. So we've seen Dak have a year like this. Dak had 37 passing touchdowns and 4,800 yards, if I'm not mistaken, just a few years ago. The difference is the other quarterbacks that are usually great have descended. Thus, it's making Dak look like what Dak is doing is so crazy. But, like, Dak has had a near 40 touchdown season.
But I'm saying he's never been nearly as good with the picks, for one. And then two is like when I watch Dak on tape, and this is me saying it.
The eyeball test.
The eyeball test. He looks like he's the best quarterback playing right now. And I've never watched football and thought that of him like,
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Is it because the quarterbacks who are usually better than Dak aren't playing well? Because
there's a lot of quarterbacks this year that are not playing well. And are out. Justin Herbert's out. Joe Burrow's out. Aaron Rodgers out.
Deshaun Watson
out. There's been, and you're dealing with
Jalen Hurts. Not only that, like Shady said, we're watching with our eyeballs Dak Prescott make throws. Like, it looks different. He looks like a big-time quarterback. You know what I mean? So even if those quarterbacks were playing at a high level, yes, it'll be a much closer race at the MVP, but Dak's name will still be in there because the way he's playing and the way it looks.
I don't disagree, but I think it comes down to because we haven't seen great play, then we are parched for it. Like, when you're thirsty, it don't matter what somebody give you. As long as they give you some water, it could be that Dasani, it could be that this, it could be that. It's like, it's going to taste good. If we're being honest, we haven't seen Patrick Mahomes have that 5-touchdown, no-interception game. We haven't seen Jalen Hurts have that illustrious game like he had last year against the Titans or last year against the Steelers. We haven't seen Aaron Rodgers have that 4-touchdown comeback from behind 319-yard game. So when Dak gives us a 4-touchdown game, we're like, oh, my God. Because we're a little more numb to it.
It's been a light quarterback year. I think we can all agree with that. And if we look at the totality of even Dak's season, his first 6 games were not MVP level. So I totally agree with you. I think that we are a bit more parched for high-level quarterback play, which is why the MVP conversation around Dak is so hostile, because we're arguing, is it the numbers, is it the winning, or does Dak actually look different? I think the outlier for me this year, at this point, especially coming off of that Eagles game, is that he looks different.
But can I make, that's one part, because I think all them dudes, Mahomes and Josh Allen, I'll be honest, Dak looks better than all them the way he's playing, right? The eyeball test. I can't even overlook that. But I think maybe it's because we've never seen Dak look like this, and we never looked at him as an elite quarterback. So now you've been above average for all these years, right? Going through everybody else. You're going to go through Zeke, you're going through all these other different players. Now we watch you balling out. I think that's why everybody's like praising him so much, because we never thought that he was this. I never thought he was this. Did you? You think he was this? Did you think he was this?
No.
But so now that I see him, like, wow.
Let me ask you.
It's like hard to believe. It's like, this is real?
I guess I just don't.
Like, you feel that? You feel that? That's how that look. I'm like, that's Dak. Look at like he look crazy out. He look good.
It's a bunch of more wild plays. We're in love with Josh. We're in love with Josh Allen and Patty Mahomes because we watched them play and we like, wow.
That's who they are.
Look at that throw. Look at him get out of that and escape and make a throw. And when you turn Dak's tape on, that is what Dak is looking like.
He is doing that now.
You're watching the game saying, oh my goodness, look at that throw. You're watching the game saying, how did Dak get out of that?
Look at that read.
He's making those type wild plays, and that's why Dak Prescott is front runner for the MVP right now and up there.
Yeah. What you call that?
MVP Dak Prescott.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.